What you will not see in this video, a big bowl of porridge that will fill you up for only 2 hours. What you will see in this video, it's 3 different breakfast ideas that will keep you full until lunch, just like it should be. Hi everybody, it's Catalina, and on the 3 recipes I'm going to share with you today, I want you to notice that I'm focusing on fat, fiber, protein. I'm always talking about this because this is the key to stay full for hours, and it means that you don't have to snack constantly or have your blood glucose going up and down, crashing throughout the day. The first recipe is a mango matcha smoothie. Mango and matcha are wonderful together. This is a creamy, decadent, incredible smoothie. My homemade kefir here. This is made with raw cow's milk. I have cashews here for the smoothie. I have my wonderful matcha powder. I don't really make much tea with it, just for like smoothies. Here I have a container with some mango. I learned this from my mom. Just if you buy fruit, chop it all up and keep it in containers. Same with veggies, so much easier to access. And then I have here some protein powder. Obviously this is optional, but I do like to add protein to my recipes. So this is grass-fed whey, and it's unflavored and sweetened. It's just pure protein. I use 250 ml of kefir for myself. I'm going to use half of the mango that you see in this container. It's pretty ripe. And then 1 big handful of cashews. You can use any nuts you like, but cashews are very creamy. 1 scoop of protein and 2 teaspoons of matcha. Then blend on high until completely smooth. The smell of it is so good. It looks thick and creamy. So, you know, when it comes to protein powders, a lot of people don't like them, but because I don't snack, so I eat 3 meals a day, it means that I have to really pack quite a bit of protein in each meal in order for me to consume enough protein. So here is the beautiful color. Cheers. It's so good. I love the matcha, and if you love matcha, you're gonna love this. The second recipe is going to be a frittata. For this next recipe, I'm going to use asparagus. They are in season at the moment. They are delicious. They're full of fiber. They're just amazing. This is a breakfast idea that is perfect if you eat keto, if you don't want any carbs with your breakfast. The first step was to wash and pat dry the asparagus. I removed the hard ends and I chopped them into smaller little pieces. I did the same with the bacon. I used about 5 asparagus for my frittata and 2 or 3 rashers of bacon. I put them in the hot skillet, and I didn't add any fat. I was waiting to see if there was any fat released from it, but I really hardly got any fat out of it. While the bacon was browning, I cracked some eggs. I ended up using actually 4 eggs in total. I added a little bit of double cream to them. At this point, the bacon was ready. I moved it to the side on a plate and I started sauteing the asparagus. Once they were softer, I put the bacon back in, added the eggs. I added a little salt and pepper, not too much salt because the cheese and the bacon are already salty. I grated some cheddar cheese and I put it on top as well. I cooked it there for a few minutes until you can see it set at the bottom. Then I put it in the oven under the grill to make sure the cheese became nice and brown, and it just cooked at the top nicely, and then it came off really easily. A little bit brown there at the bottom, but not too bad. Actually, it looks beautiful and perfect. I let it cool for a little bit before slicing it, and what I love about frittata is that it's so good when it's warm, freshly made, but it also sets really beautifully, and you can have it as a lunch, or you can just make a big one and have it for a few days. And this is what it looks like. Look at the inside, the bits of bacon, the bits of green, and lastly I garnished it with a little bit of fresh basil. If you don't have a little cast iron skillet, you need to get one. It's the best thing to make eggs in. So here is a great low carb, high fat, keto friendly breakfast. It's really good. It's got smokiness, obviously, from the bacon. Wow, it is really good. Really good combination, asparagus, bacon. Third recipe is a chia pudding. It sounds so simple, but this is such a great recipe. I've always loved chia puddings because they're so satisfying. They're creamy. Sometimes I use kefir, but since I used that one already today in the first recipe, I'm going to use yogurt. So this is just Greek style natural yogurt. No sugar in there, just the milk, full fat milk, and the cultures. I have a cup here, 250 ml, and I find that with 3 tablespoons of chia seeds gives me the perfect creamy texture. I had filled up the cup halfway with yogurt, but I thought it was too thick, so I finished filling it up with kefir, a good sprinkle of cinnamon, mixed it in. Honey is optional, I leave it out always really. 3 tablespoons of chia seeds, mix it well. Usually when I plan to have chia pudding, I make it the night before, but if you leave it for 15 minutes, it's enough really for it to thicken. So I put it away in the fridge, and then after a while, usually overnight, this is what it's going to look like. So completely set, very creamy, and the seeds have swelled up, super yummy, like a pudding. Then I want to see which fruit I had. I always use whatever I have. I use the rest of the mango and kiwi, and as a serving suggestion, place your pudding in a see-through glass. Looks so pretty. Coconut flakes are amazing. They add extra crunch, extra fiber and fat, and then you make like a little parfait with layers of chia pudding, some fruit, more pudding, more fruit, and it looks really beautiful and appetizing. To be honest, if it was me, just in most days I would just put it in a bowl and put the fruit and all the toppings on top. Not make it as pretty as this, but nonetheless, something nice about eating a very pretty dish. Really good. Well, the coconut is great because you get a little bit of crunch in there. That's it for today's video. If you want to see a lot more recipes and a little bit of what I do in my everyday life, make sure you follow me on Instagram where I post daily. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.